Hey guys, how are you? I hope you're having a phenomenal day. Hey, just wanted to answer a quick question for you that's come up recently from more than one person, and it's definitely come up in the past. And that is the question, should I give away a personal enrollee to help someone get their 4? And I'm going to answer the question. I'm going to tell you the reasons why. And the answer is absolutely, positively, under no circumstances should you ever give away a personal enrollee, okay? Now, the thing you have to understand is where this question comes from most times is from what we call our yellow personalities. And if you haven't watched the DVD, Living in Full Color, you can get it in your back office. It's done by our Director of Training, Mark Aceta. And, I actually spent over $3,000 to learn this information more than 10 years ago. And for $29, you can learn this information. And it basically explains that there's 4 different personalities that you're going to work with in our business. And if you treat everybody the same, you're treating most of them wrong. So I'm going to highly recommend you get that so you understand who you're dealing with, because you're either turning people on or you're turning them off when you talk to them. Now, our yellow personalities are the ones that usually ask me this question. And, the yellows, so for those of you that aren't familiar with it, are the people who are very caring, they're giving, they're some of the sweetest, nicest people on the planet. We'd be in big trouble as a species without our yellows. And someone who's dominant yellow is not here because they want to make $1 million. They're here because they want to help people. And so a lot of times they have this question, and the first thing I want to do is address the idea that you can help everybody, because you can't. You have to help the people who choose to help themselves. Not everybody's going to make this business a priority. In fact, most people aren't. Most people, this is going to be a phenomenal opportunity to travel the world, and they've got a membership that's going to allow them to have lifetime memories at unbelievably low prices and experiences they would not get anywhere else. If you've gotten them that membership, I believe you have done enough to help them. You've made a big positive impact on their lives. Here's the other thing you got to understand, guys. The bottom line is, if you go to a state park, you're going to see at that state park, you're going to see signs that say things like, "Don't feed the animals." And the reason they have signs that say, "Don't feed the animals," is because what happens is, if these animals get accustomed to being fed all the time by humans, they lose their instinct to hunt. And then when the humans aren't there to feed them, they starve to death and they die. Well, people are no different, guys. If you help people too much, you end up crippling them. You end up destroying them. See, what makes people succeed is the struggle. You have to go through the struggle in order to become the person that you need to become to lead other people and be able to help other people through the struggle. And when you try and short circuit it, you actually are hurting your people. Another quick analogy. My son Dawson caught a caterpillar recently, and we put it in a jar, and it made a cocoon. And when a butterfly breaks free from the cocoon, there's a struggle that takes place. When it comes out of that cocoon, it's a long struggle, and it struggles and struggles and struggles, and finally it breaks out of that cocoon and its wings spread, and you got a beautiful butterfly. Well, if you were to cut that cocoon while that butterfly was struggling, what would happen was you would actually kill that butterfly, because part of what that struggle does is it dries and flattens out their wings so that when they come out, their wings are not all crumpled up. And if you were to try and help that butterfly and cut that cocoon, literally you would have a crippled butterfly. Its wings would be crumpled and it would never be able to fly. Your distributors are no different, guys. So you never want to give a personal enrolled away, okay? Here's a bunch of other reasons why you would never give a personal enrolled away, okay? Reason number 1, we're a binary, guys. I mean, everybody you enroll is going to go underneath someone else. You're already helping everyone by placing people underneath them. You don't need to give them that personal enrolled, okay? If you're really that concerned about them paying their fees, pay for their fees for them, but don't give them a personal enrolled away, okay? Now, I don't recommend paying for their fees. I think that's an absolutely horrible idea as well. But that would be much better than giving away a personal, okay? Now, here's a bunch of other reasons. First off, when you enroll a personal, you get paid for that. Every 3 personals, you make either $100 or $150 depending on how many personals you put in. And again, this isn't a pay plan video. This is for you to understand why not to give away a personal enrolled, okay? You also get reward points, 100 reward points for every personal that you put in with a gold membership. Those reward points add up, and you can use them to go on vacation. Now, when you get over 3,000 reward points in any calendar month, or in any 12 calendar months rolling, you can now use those points unlimited. There's no limit to how many points you can use on a trip. That's called executive status. So by giving personals away, you're cheating yourself out of executive status, okay? The other thing is, you have to understand that on average, if you understand the 20-80 rule, 20% of the people are going to do 80% of the work, and 80% of the people are going to do 20% of the work. Our business is no different than any other, and that's true for everything. You cannot change that. That is a universal law. So in order to find 6 people that really want to build this thing, you're going to have to go put in at least 30 people fast. Well, if you're giving your personals away, how are you ever going to get to 30 people? It makes no sense to give people away, okay? The other thing you have to understand is the lead by example business. So if I'm going to go tell my team, hey, go get 30 personals, and I don't have 30 personals, I can't tell them to do that. See, I want you to understand that our pay plan, many of you when you get started, you don't understand the pay plan, and that's okay. I don't want you to understand it. The only part of the pay plan you need to understand is what's the next level that you need to get to move up in rank, and how do you do it? And then you'll learn the pay plan by getting paid. But what I'll tell you is this: in order to get to the top ranks of our company, you need at least 3 lines of lineage, which means 3 lines that you personally started, that are your personal role, that add up to each 1,000 people active to hit the top level. Now, I'll tell you this: my wife and I have 67 people that we personally enrolled. Out of those 67, about 99% of the business comes from about 4 or 5 of those people. So had we, back in the day, given one of those people away, literally, instead of being RMDs, we'd be marketing directors, or we'd be directors. And what you have to understand is that at each pay level, there's a cap to how much you can make. So the bottom line is you might have an organization that's the size of an RMD or an NMD or an IMD, but because you're not qualified, you don't get paid on all of it. And just because you don't understand that now doesn't mean it's not reality. So the thing you have to understand is you could absolutely cost yourself hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars by giving away a personal who then goes out to be a rock star, especially if you place them underneath one of your other people that ends up being a rock star. You could really shoot yourself in the foot, guys. So all I'm doing is saying, do not give away personals. There's many reasons why. I'm not going to go through every detail in this video, but hopefully that helps you. Don't ever give a personal away, guys. You got to help the people that want to help themselves. The way you help people is you direct them to the trainings, and you offer to be there for them when they have people to show. You help them with their presentations, and you help them get started that way. But the bottom line is, guys, they got to want to help themselves. So hope that helps, guys. Don't ever give away a personal role. Have a great day. God bless.